Okay, so Aaron Warner down here at Anytime Fitness, and if you would please tell me your name, your age, where you're from, and what you do.
Okay. My name is Brandy Wood. I am 42 years old. I am from North Thetford, Vermont, and I am a police, fire, and EMS dispatcher.
Okay, now you're the second that I've worked with, and if you would just share a little bit about what it's like being a dispatcher. Can you do that?
I can. It's a lot of hurry up and wait. It's very stressful. You're always wondering what's going on with your officers, with your firefighters. You're the first to hear, the last to know. Very difficult to get in a good meal. If it's hot, you eat it cold. If it's cold, you eat it warm. You're shoving it in. You're sitting. You try to get up, but you're stuck in a room for at least 8 hours, possibly 12.
And so for people who complain about their jobs or having a bad boss or a bad coworker, is it fair to say that you, on a daily basis, deal with the lowest of the lowest human element out there? I mean, do you...
Oh, yeah. I'd say our clientele it's 10% of the population 90% of the time. So you're dealing with people who really don't know how to function through life. There are the people that definitely need your help, and
right. Like we talked about, there's not a lot of kittens and dogs being saved, but every now and then we have some good news.
Exactly.
Can you just tell me like a good news that comes to mind from the last week or two? Anything?
Good news. We had somebody who was in charge of a mentally disabled person.
Whatever that is. Let's have you say that again. Some pipe started steaming.
We had a caretaker lose their charge. Very upset. Couldn't find them. Very worried, and were able to quickly reunite the two of them, and that is a happy day.
Cool.
That is
very cool. Day. Okay. All right. So now. So you've been coming in here for a little while. Mm-hmm. What's your fitness background?
I don't have much of one. I wasn't very athletic as a kid. Sports wasn't a big deal in my family. I was into horses and hiking, so horseback riding, being outdoors.
And that was up in Thetford also?
That was more in the Corinth area. We moved from Massachusetts when I was a teenager, so I got more into that. But I started riding when I was 3. But as far as gym, team sports, really not much of anything.
No.
So.
When I first saw you coming in with your husband, you guys would go right over there and do like ladder workouts and kettlebell workouts and stuff like that. So that's what I remember you started. What did you think about doing all that stuff? It looked like it was fun.
It was fun. It was nice to come and spend some time with my husband. I had dislocated and broken my thumb, so I was stuck at home, and that was to get me out of the house because I was going crazy. So I started going through the workouts with him without the weights and slowly built into the weights, and it was really my first time in a gym consistently.
Cool. And so now we just did this 6-week challenge, the 6-week transformation challenge. Why did you decide to join that? And if you also don't mind, what did you think about that whole process?
Okay. Well, I had started, like I said, with Scott doing his workouts, weightlifting, kettlebells, ladders, which was great. I found that I gained a lot of strength. I was missing out more on the cardio, maybe some exercises that were more tuned to me and what I needed. He's a big guy, very strong, lots of weight. And I also wanted to expand my gym experience. I wanted to meet other people, get more friendly with other people, see what the training was about. I had seen you train other people, and I had heard from at least one coworker how well you worked with him. So
you're talking about Dougie.
Yes.
Okay.
So I was
Thanks,
very interested in just expanding my gym experience. The 6-week challenge seemed like a good intro to it. 6 weeks, see how this works, and it was difficult, but a lot of fun. It was hard, Monday through Friday coming here for me after working till 11 o'clock was tough to get up every morning, but I really enjoyed it. It was a challenge, and I certainly would do it again.
Cool. And speaking of cardio, one of the most remarkable things that happened for you is your resting pulse, which was pretty high at 94, which would indicate some stress, actually went down to 81. We did the math on that. Do you remember how many beats approximately you were saving in a year?
I think 7 million.
It was just right around 7 million beats in a year. How do you feel about the fact that you were able to do that for your cardiovascular system?
That's great, because I do carry a lot of stress, and that was sort of a big motivating factor for this, was to help manage my stress more and to improve my cardiovascular health. So.
Right, and a lot of people don't understand that it's normal to have stress, but an exercise program, training program as well, is calculated stress that you build up a tolerance to that stress over time, and that ends up helping you deal with all the other stressors everyday life. I mean, certainly there's going to be some phone calls and things where it's
Right.
like it's going to stress you out no matter
Right.
what.
I'll always have, as long as I have this job, I'll have stress. So it's more of how do I manage it and how do I keep the rest of my life fit and better.
So to that person out there who deals with stress or feel like they have a lot of stress and maybe they don't have a lot of gym experience, what would you say to them?
Come in, check it out. I was a fish out of water. I was scared to death, nervous. I tend to be an anxious person. Met a couple people, got some good laughs in, some really good exercises, and every day I feel better. Every day I leave here and I feel better. It can be, I might have to talk myself through the workout and you can do it, but I leave here and I am in a much better mood. People in my life have commented that I'm handling my stress better, that I am just generally happier. So
Outstanding. All right. Well, hey, thanks for sharing your good news.
thank you.